what I want to say. I want to thank the principal, Dr. Agarwal, Kamal Gupta ji, my friend Shashwat, Ajanta Dutt ji, and others who gave me this privilege to be with you this afternoon. I am perhaps one of the oldest alumni present in this meet, having joined the college 62 years ago in 1959 in the general BA program. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. You see, since I have very brief time at my disposal, I will try and focus on what the college did to me. The personal anecdotes I can go on for days together, which I will leave for another day. You see, when I joined the college, it was one of the finest colleges in the university, but was also the only college for co-ed in South Delhi. Everything else came later. Lady Shri Ram College had just shifted to Jamrudpur, but that was just an exclusively women's college. I remember, like a student of general BA who never felt inspired to be teachers, I looked forward to civil services and other things. But having been a student of English literature, listening to my teachers like R.K. Sood, G.S. Bhalla, Professor Chaman Nahal and K.C. Kanda, I decided that I wanted to be a teacher in a college and wanted to emulate them. That's what settled for me. So I owe wherever I went and wherever I have reached as a professor of literature in JNU, I owe it squarely to this college and to my teachers. Not just that, from R.K. Sood, I learned how to be a teacher. One of the finest human beings as a teacher that I have been taught by was R.K. Sood. I also remember my teachers in Hindi. I remember Mrs. Prasad and Dr. O.P. Kohli, who has been mentioned here. It's very interesting that I was to meet Dr. O.P. Kohli later as a teacher of DUTA and teacher of Delhi University colleges, but on the other side of the political spectrum. He was from the BJP, I was from a communist party. But my respect for him never went down even a bit. Whenever I met him, I always paid my respects to Kohli Saab, because he was again a very fine teacher and perhaps a better human being. I kept up with him on that score. Mrs. Prasad and Kohli Saab inculcated that love for Hindi literature and me, which has again stayed all my life. It inspired me to become a translator from English to Hindi and later on delve into the field of writing stories, original stories in Hindi, which I do now. I remember I was not a student of political science, but was very much interested in whatever was happening politically around and felt inspired from what R.K. Pillai and V.S. Mann did with teaching of political science classes, which I had attended voluntarily. I was a student of economics, and that created my interest through S.P. Kapoor, one of my teachers, to be a student of Indian economy, which I still am at this point of time, looking at what the economic situations are and how do they impact ordinary people. You see, the college had so much of vibrancy at that point of time, which I am sure it still has retained, perhaps even increased. And we, the students, benefited from the tradition which the earlier principals had set up. By the time I came to college, our earlier principal, Harish Chandra Katpalia, had retired, finished his innings. But one of the finest principals that this college had the privilege, to which the college principals always, looked up to and carried that tradition right up to Dr. Agarwal, I'm sure, was the foundation was laid down by Harishchandra Kashpalia. You know, dressed in shorts and a shirt with a small baton in his hand, he went about, you know, interacting with students in a very fine manner. Well, on a small personal note, I was offered the principalship of this college when Dr. Munis Raza was the vice chancellor and Dr. G.S. Bhalla was the chairman of the governing body. I said no. You know how strange, how funny to say no to be the principal of a college where you were an alumnus. But see, knowing my temperament, I knew I could, as principal, come into clash with my students or with my colleagues at some point, and I never wanted to do that. I owed so much to the college that I never wanted to be in a situation where I will have to stand on one side and my colleagues and my students on the other. Sometimes it happens. Somebody talked of bunking classes. I very much recall a colleague of mine, a fellow student, Lakshmi Narayan Mathur, who could speak the attendance of 6 different people, answer that in 6 different voices, because there were always people who wanted to bunk classes. I don't know if the college still has those classrooms which are like theater, you know, students' benches, one above the other in height, and the last one reached the broad window in the back. There were some people who would always sit in the back bench. The reason being, they would answer the attendance, which was compulsory, say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, and then quietly jump out of the class outside. Well, life was fun there. College also gave me the privilege of being a part of the cricket team, which was an okay team at that point of time. I have so much memory of that time. I will close by saying that one of my classmates, a woman student, came from Defense Colony, driving a two-wheeler at that point of time, 1959. You could count the two-wheelers in Delhi on your fingertips. The entire college students, both girls and boys, would look at her, you know, stop the scooter and enter the college. Life was fun. And I would conclude by just saying, I am really grateful to the college for giving me motivation to be in a career which I had not initially planned. It was the motivation given by my teachers, my various teachers in different subjects. I also remember some teachers from science, although I was not a science student. Dr. Kaul, I think, was in botany. There was Baldev Mittar, I think, in chemistry, who were very popular teachers, and we interacted with them in the canteen. Thank you very much. Some other thing, some other time, somewhere else.